Sup, it's your boy Big Reg coming to you once again from the shadow of the big house in Ann Arbor, Michigan. This time with a recap and reaction to the Michigan Wolverines' dominant victory over the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. And I can't even believe I'm saying this. Shit Stadium in Piscataway, New Jersey. Yes, friends, I'm not making it up. It's the shit bowl in Piscataway. That's where they play. But you know what? It was a heck of a day. It was a heck of a game. 7:30 kickoff. Holy smokes, folks. Gave it all the ambiance of like I don't know, like a Jersey Shore nightclub. You know what I'm saying? Did
Oh
the
god.
bomb, 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 bomb. After they scored that one touchdown, remember? Holy smokes, them kids were partying down there. Thought I saw a couple hits of E going around the stadium. I was like, whoa, take it easy over there. Take it easy. Act like you've been there before. Holy cow.
Oh gosh.
Joining me tonight to review all the shenanigans that took place over at Piscataway at the She Bowl is the one, the only producer, Jay Bizzle.
Yo. This is I still can't believe that name still exists on that stadium. But anyways, this is just another W that we need to keep going with. Let's keep it rolling.
Holy smokes. Hey, let's keep it real. The first half, there was a whole bunch of Michigan Wolverines fans that were losing their gosh darn minds. You should have seen the comments and the hatred that was flowing for Matt Weiss and Sharon Moore, co-offensive coordinators. They were getting a lot of smoke. A lot of smoke. Holy cow. There's so many people frustrated with the way the Michigan Wolverines offense was not flowing in the first half. It was ridiculous. Can you agree with me on that point at least?
It was nerve-wracking, obviously, after the first half, and understandable that a lot of people were very concerned, but come on, like it just seemed like have we not shut down teams in the second half? I mean, this is not anything new. I mean, offensively, I was slightly concerned that things were happening, but I knew our defense was going to take care of business. So what's the big deal?
Hey, I'll tell you what the big deal is. You know what? I'm not going to lie. A lot of people were freaking out, but I was not one of them. And I'll tell you why. It's not because I'm a Zen master or anything like that, but because of the fact that I had seen this before, even this season. You know what game this reminded me of a lot? The Penn State game.
Penn State game, though.
Right? Because in the Penn State game, they had a fluky touchdown. You remember the ball bounced off the kid and then the linebacker ran it back for a touchdown. Similarly, this game, the Michigan Wolverines hadn't punted in like 7 years. So I can understand the fact that there was a little bit of confusion, on the punt protection, And
I mean, it was a good play. It was a good play, right?
yeah, like I said, we haven't punted in, a blue moon, and then Rutgers got in there, and the little punt block guy got in there, and they scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
Like I said, they were rocking and rolling in Piscataway. I thought, Snooky in the situation were going to jump in there. DJ Paulie D was rocking all the hits as soon as he scored that touchdown. It was ridiculous. Come on.
They're doing some GTL, right? They were doing some GTL.
Oh, for reals. It was all gym, tan, and laundry, baby. Yeah, let's do it. Anywho, they needed a little bit of Snooki action. Holy smokes, after that second half, though. But what was the other one? And then there was a little bit of a replay, a little bit with the MSU was doing on their offense when they were just basically chucking it up to their tall receiver. And they were able to move it down the field and get a touchdown. So I was like, you know what? We've been here. We've seen it before. And one thing I know for sure, second half his judgments are coming, especially from Jesse Minter and Klinkstale. You know what I'm saying? Them two dudes have proven now at this point that, hey, they're the master of the second half adjustments.
It's like ridiculous. What is it, like 3 points in the last like 4 games or something like that?
It might even be less. I don't even know.
Games for us. I think it's 8 points, like in the last 4 games of the second halves of each of the games. That's the only thing that Michigan has allowed. But it seems like at this point in the season, there is cause for concern, because I think originally in the beginning of this year, we thought the offense would be the generator of pressure. In other words, they would score so much that they would take care of the game. concerns for defense in the beginning of the season, and then now it's like flip-flopped almost. Like defense is doing well, and then offense is cause for concern. But I mean, we are like literally a hand away from these guys catching these long balls. And Andra, I mean, he almost had it, so it feels like it's getting a little bit better.
Hey, if it's and buts were beers and nuts, then we'd be looking like Rutgers after a touchdown. Them kids were partying, boy. Them kids were partying. They needed that. Oh,
Wow.
holy cow! But you know what? I'm gonna raise my glass first, my Miller Lite, because I couldn't find Coors Light in the refrigerator out of my local Kroger's. But I'm gonna raise my Miller Lite first and foremost to Michael Barrett. This kid, I mean, he's been around for so long. He used to play the Viper position for Don Brown.
Like, what is he, like a sixth year super senior?
Yeah, I don't even know, but he wasn't even projected to be playing this year. But you know what? This kid has made the most of his opportunities. He's been a key contributor to this defense, and he is a perfect example of not all kids are just going to jump ship and give up. No, this kid put his nose to the grindstone. This kid kept working. This kid kept hustling. This kid kept his spirits up, and this has paid dividends. 2 interceptions, 1 return for a touchdown. I raise my Miller Lite to you, Michael Barrett, for the heck of a job you've done all season, but most especially in this game and turning around the whole tenor of the second half.
I mean, I'm just scrolling back to our text thread from the beginning of the game, like first quarter. Just it's just nonstop. JJ sucks. Fire Harbaugh. Fail the eyeball test. What the F are these goal line runs? Let's keeping our playbook close to. I mean, it's just not. I don't know if they're fans or they're
frustrated.
I mean, you have to stick with the game. Is the game not 4 quarters long? Is it not 4 quarters long?
Yeah, but you know what? I kind of stand a little bit of that frustration because let's be honest, that first half, it looked like the playbook was straight out of Tecmo Bowl. You know what I'm saying? I ran a more creative offense when I was playing the 85 Bears, led by Walter Payton. And let me just tell you, folks, your boy was undefeated. Your boy is undefeated all time in Tecmo Bowl. Okay. And I did all of 4 plays. So if I could do that off of 4 plays, and Sharon Moore and Matt Weiss, you know what I mean? Hey, what are we, 9-0 now? We're like 4 plays. So I'll raise my glass at them. But I'm telling you, I'm not gonna lie. I was getting a little frustrated. I almost went down to Piscataway, got a couple Taylor ham sandwiches, and was gonna chuck them at Matt Weiss and Sharon Moore at halftime. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna meet them in the halftime tunnel, so chucking some sandwiches. A lot of fire under them. A lot of fire under them.
Stadium.
Hey, it was in the She Bowl. You know what I'm saying? It was in the She Bowl in Piscataway, New Jersey. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up, folks.
But there's definite emotional momentum. I'm sure She Stadium was at least half full with Michigan fans. I did see a couple pictures of people that we actually know who went to the game because they're the closest location. So they were at She Stadium. Give it up for Sungmin, Justin, Reggie. They were all out there.
Where's my glass of them?
So it's ironic that Rutgers is still in this league. I mean, we need to drop them.
Whoa.
I'd rather get someone else to be the East Coast market. But this is just a travesty now. Like they should not be in our league.
First of all, we can't drop them at this point because they owe the Big Ten like $50 million. I'm being serious. Rutgers was like, hey, we're coming up short like $60 to $70 million every year on our football program. And we hold $50 million until the new, $1 billion media rights deal comes through. Oh, Big Ten was like, all right, we're going to approach you alone, baby. You know what else they're doing? They're not only taking money from the Big Ten, they're taking money from their own students. They charge them up. Last time I looked, I think it was like $1,300 per semester per student, what they call a student activities fee. But basically it is, hey, we ran up a debt of over $250 million. $250 million. And we have no way of paying it back. So, hey, students, every semester, kick in $1,300.
Oh my God. Are you gonna create a video explanation of this as well?
Hey, if I did, hey, you know why the GOP is holding up the student debt relief program? Because they got wind of this. They're like, listen, we're not paying for Rutgers football, buddy. We're not paying for this nonsense. All them student loans, we're gonna put them on hold until they figure this out. You know what I mean? I was like, hey, I'm getting 10 grand for nothing. But all of a sudden, GOP was like, none of that nonsense here. Okay, we're shutting it down because we're not paying for Rutgers football.
Hey, but your videos are getting thousands of views of the breakdown of the Michigan State scuffle. I think you should do one of a breakdown of Rutgers athletic department funds.
Yeah, that's the video everybody in America wants to see. A financial fiduciary fiscal analysis of the Rutgers athletic budget.
Let's say
But
that's
did
more
that, all
that's
is-
more interesting. That's more interesting than the second half Rutgers team, anyway. So I mean, what's the point?
Hey, what do we say last week? You know what I mean? This Michigan team is a second half anaconda. It just slowly squeezes the life out of the opponents, and that's what they did again. That's what they did again.
Classic. I mean, I think Harbaugh revels in this. He just loves seeing the air taken out of them in the second half, and he's just like, I'm just gonna keep pounding the football and making you guys just regret playing us. And I like it. We finally got the blowout that people were looking for. I realize it's just Rutgers, but still, you cannot deny having a team score 0 points in the second half. Division I football team scoring 0 points in the second half.
We're filming it Sunday night. Did they already release the latest CFP ranking?
Yes.
Where are we ranked now?
We are 3, I believe.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go. What is it?
All it took was people to realize we're gonna play the game, we're gonna win the game, and then we're gonna move up. And others, like those crappy Clemson Tigers that are way overrated, now have lost. Tennessee looked pathetic against Georgia. So I don't actually know what's gonna happen with that one, right?
Wait, so who's 1 and 2? Is it still Georgia or OSU?
Yeah, Georgia, OSU, us, and then I think
TCU?
TCU? I don't remember exactly.
Theoretically, if TCU loses one game, and then if we keep winning out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
OSU keeps winning out. Theoretically, then we could still have 2 teams from the Big Ten in the college football playoffs, depending on how weak the other conferences look. Because like if us and OSU have a classic drag them out, knock them out battle down in Columbus, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Theoretically, win or lose, both teams can make it to the playoffs. Because I would take a 1-loss Big Ten team over a 1-loss ACC team.
Are they going to take it for the money purposes, or you think they're going to take it because it's actually warranted? Because it doesn't seem like
the merit.
No, it doesn't seem like CFPs likes us very much. So I don't know if
you saying the Big Ten in total? In total?
Yes, and I think that the CFP is against Michigan. Why do you rank us number 5 when we clearly prove again that we are supposed to be in the top 4?
Yeah, but I think they see now that Clemson is a pretender because DJ. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name because I'm not drunk, but I'm halfway there. You know what I mean? I'm halfway there. But DJ is a horrible quarterback. You know, let's be honest. Kid has had almost 3 years now to try and prove his case. He's not the second coming of Trevor Lawrence by any means. You know what I mean? So as a result, Clemson is a pretender to the throne. Tennessee has shown that they're no good. And Alabama, Alabama was their best win, and Alabama has shown that they are not good at all this season. You know what I'm saying? So SEC, I could see them putting in one team, Michigan and Ohio State putting in the other 2, and then the best of the rest, whoever it is, shakes out. Whether it's TCU, whether they go undefeated, or the best of whoever is left with the 1 losses, and that'd be the 4-team college football playoffs.
Whoa.
I mean, Oregon can sneak in there. We don't know. Oregon might sneak in there. I don't know.
So at least for the SEC championship, it's probably looking like probably LSU versus Georgia.
Yeah, and even if LSU wins, they're not gonna make the college football. They got 2 losses. Come on, get out of here. Nah, you saying LSU and Georgia? If that's the case, then you got to put Michigan and OSU, and it just becomes what's going to be the future college football anyway. SEC
Basically,
versus Big Ten for the college
basically.
football championship every year,
But
right?
yeah, but anyways, we're getting ahead of ourselves
I
here.
know this is getting way too ahead of ourselves because you know why? Because we blew out Rutgers so bad that we didn't even have anything left to talk about that game. You know what I mean? We left that game like 5 minutes ago because basically Michigan outscored them 38-0 in the second half. Forget about it.
You gotta start to look at the rest of the schedule. Obviously, Nebraska, Illinois. Both of them. Well, Illinois lost. I think Nebraska, they lost too, right? So
Yeah,
like
I'm telling you that Illinois defeat was really disappointing. Not because it was against MSU. I really don't give a rat's ass about MSU at this point, but just the fact that we needed Illinois to keep winning to elevate our own strength of schedule. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
why don't
yeah.
you know, Illinois, they're a bunch of bums. They let us down yet again.
But we're gonna have to make sure to wrap those things up, and then it's turkey time. And from that game, those Sox versus Northwestern Wildcats, that didn't look good. That didn't look good.
Yeah, but I'll give the benefit of the doubt the whole, what do you call it? Crazy weather conditions. But the thing that was very interesting to me watching that game, given the weather conditions, Northwestern didn't even attempt to pass the ball.
Nope.
And OSU still had a lot of problems stopping the run.
Yes, they
Given
did.
that fact, I am very excited to see what this Michigan team can do against OSU if they can't even deal with a Northwestern team that is obviously going to run the ball.
Yeah.
See?
So we'll see about that. And then we also held out like 4 or 5 people because apparently they're injured.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing. It's like half the team, half the starters were gone because of some,
Or 5 of
ailments
them.
or another, especially on
So
the offensive line. Our offensive line has
let's
been
make
mix
sure
and
to keep
match.
them all healthy before
Yeah.
the next game and everything. But hey, I mean, just the fact that this defense is playing so well, it just gives me such a safe feeling.
This
The
guy, a feeling.
defense wins championships.
This guy, you're making it sound like it's a weighted blanket. You know what I'm saying? Holy smokes, this guy. Take it easy. Take it easy. But like I said, the thing that I truly appreciate is, unlike previous regimes under Jim Harbaugh, the fact that this defensive coaching staff can make second half adjustments that are so effective. Like you said, it's comforting. It gives you a warm feeling. So I raise my glass to that.
Mm.
Boa constrictor. Anywho, anything else before we close this out? Because like I said, once that second half hit, all the Rutgers folks that were, jumping up and down, partying like it was no tomorrow. Man, oh man, it got quiet quick in that stadium. You know what I'm saying?
Quiet,
Yeah.
quick.
It went
I
from
mean, last thing, I mean, why?
wait. It went from shit stadium to shh
Oh,
stadium.
so are you gonna start saying that Blake Crime should be Heisman watch candidate?
No, because you know why? Because anytime I ever say anything about any player, it's like a hex. Look at Roman Wilson. I had him pegged as my breakout player performer of the year, and he's been battling injuries ever since. So I want to state on record right now, Roman, I release you. I release you from that burden that I placed upon you unfairly. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So
And
you're
from
not
this
gonna.
point forward, I am not going to put any kind of designations on any of our players because clearly, My designations are like a kiss of bad luck. You know what I'm saying? It's like the anointing of a bad juju vibe. So I'm going to release Roman Wilson from that. I'm going to release Mozzie Smith from that. I can't remember who I'm going to release from, but anyone and everyone that I've ever mentioned as part of any of my predictions, I release you. I release you.
Oh my God. Now you're gonna like start wearing your hat backwards and making sure that you follow all rituals.
Rally head, you know what I'm saying? Rally head. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Come on.
But anyways, I'll say it. Blake Corum needs to be mentioned as a Heisman candidate.
Take it easy. Take it easy. I'll let the Big Ten Network do that. You heard the Big Ten Network, man. They're really pushing that narrative. You know what I mean?
Of course they are.
Oh my
they want
gosh.
the television rights to that.
Oh my gosh. It was like watching MSNBC and Fox News all rolled together in one, you know, and they're all pushing the same narrative. The Blake Corum for Heisman narrative. I was loving it.
It's not CJ Stroud anymore. That's for sure.
That is for sure. But we'll see. I don't know. It's definitely ain't Bryce Young, that's for sure. Definitely ain't Hendon Hooker, that's for sure.
Whoa.
It's not Hooker. It's not what's the kid from Kentucky? Levis, I think that's his name.
Who even knows?
You know what I'm saying? Like all those young men have had their problems, but the only guy that's been consistently putting up numbers for a winning team is it's Blake Corum. But I'm not going to say anything because, like I said, I don't want to jinx it.
We have a bunch of comments on the last videos of the MSC players and attacks, so I can't really go through all of them.
You can't. It's like 70, 100. I don't even know. You know what I mean?
People
like violence.
You made it blow up. It's 10,000 views from 4 days ago, plus another 1,500 from the other one.
Crazy.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Plus another 4,000 from the one after.
Oh, but you know what? You know what? Let's be real. YouTube got a wind of us, and they're trying to shut us down. They flagged our breakdown of the attacks, and they flagged it as restricted viewing only to people over 18, and they stopped recommending it at all on the platform because it got flagged. Wow. They sent me an email, said you are promoting violence, and I'm like, wait a minute, whoa, take it easy. I'm not promoting violence. I'm going to analyze what happened so that to prevent violence. And I sent that in my whatever you call it, the
response.
Yeah, the response to the appeal. That's what
injunction appeal. Response.
Yeah, so I appealed to the higher powers of YouTube, and YouTube was like, no.
Oh goodness.
Now there's like 0 new views on that video. But what are you gonna do? We made it all the way to 4,000 views on that one, and then they shut it down. They said no more.
But if you would like to hear more about Reggie's analysis on the athletic department's corruption of funds for Rutgers, make sure to click like, comment, subscribe so that we can hear from you. What are your thoughts of Michigan versus Rutgers? Did you feel like it was something that was an abomination, or were you pleasantly comforted by that warm blanket of that secure defense? We want to hear from you. Click on those things. Tell us what your thoughts were for Michigan, even in this season. Also, do you believe that Blake Corum is a Heisman candidate? Put it in the comments there. Let's hear what you have to say for that.
Let's go. Like I said, hey, I'm not gonna, speak against it, but I don't want to jinx it by speaking for it. You know what I'm saying? So I raise my glass to the Michigan Wolverines, to find the job that they did, the heck of the way they closed out yet another game in the second half, and just put the squeeze on another opponent and choke any hope of coming back on them. This team has got the killer instinct, and you can see it. I can see it. Hopefully the college football playoff committee can see it and recognize how great this team is. You know what I'm saying? But hey, raise my glass to all that, and we say, go blue.
Go blue. Get that dub.